What is the right thing to do when confronting a completely unprecedented situation? How should we act when we're flooded by enormous amounts of information and there is absolutely no way we can absorb and analyze it all? This next title attempts to answer those questions and many more. Welcome to Audiobook Reviews in 5. This is Jana, also known as Yana, and today I'm reviewing 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari and read by Perkins. Historian Yuval Noah Harari is one of my favorite living authors, and if you're curious about his work but have yet to take the plunge, this is a great starting place. 21 Lessons sums up a lot of his ideas that he covers in Sapiens and Homo Deus, and it's about 3 to 4 hours shorter than both other audiobooks. Perkins also narrated Harari's previous books, so it's a consistent listening experience for fans like me who listen to these titles more than once. 21 Lessons is Harari's attempt to make sense of humanity's most pressing problems, including crises in national identity, identity politics, global leadership, destabilization from climate change, and the exponential risks and opportunities that technology and innovation present to us as a species. If you're looking for a step-by-step lesson plan, this is not the audiobook for you. Although I did giggle when I saw this disappointment expressed in some comments on Goodreads. As Bill Gates says in his Goodreads review of 21 Lessons, Harari is more interested in defining the terms of the discussion and giving us historical and philosophical perspective. Okay, so Harari isn't big on prescriptive thinking, but maybe that's why I enjoy his work so much. I've come to think of him as a meta storyteller because he's so ingenious at telling the story of how we tell ourselves stories as both individuals and across cultures. And he shows us how and why those stories work and how we make stories reality through our own suffering and cognitive dissonance. Whether through religion, education, nationalism, liberalism, humanism, and various ideologies. It's this framework of storytelling that has me helplessly hooked on Harari. He's probably one of the most influential thinkers and writers who has single-handedly reframed how I see the world and myself in it, and better yet, his writing makes me curious to learn more. Harari also has a knack for capturing my attention with pithy chapter titles and callouts like "The End of History Has Been Postponed" or "Disney Loses Faith in Free Will." And I can't get over his unmatched skill and wit in capturing everyday human experiences and cultural trends. For example, when discussing the global tendencies of national representation, Harari highlights the relatively recent conformity in flag design and national anthems, many of which look and sound vaguely similar, and he adds, most of them sound like something composed by Beethoven on a rather mediocre day. Harari also captures common human fears in the ways that most of us can draw insight from, whether it's how we make smart decisions in a world with more information than we'll ever be able to process on our own, or how do we keep pace with technology in our work in order to avoid redundancy? These are big questions without simple answers, so I'm jazzed that Harari makes them easier to think and talk about. Criticism of 21 Lessons also includes Harari's proposed solution of meditation to chronic unhappiness, and this strikes many reviewers and commenters as either unsatisfying or even borderline nihilistic, although this could be a misinterpretation some have about meditation in general. Fair enough, but I've practiced enough meditation to believe he's onto something. Harari's work isn't exactly feel-good, but that's what we have cat videos for, right? Seriously, his thinking is so compelling and entertaining that I want to recommend this to nearly everyone, so check it out. That's all for this episode of Audiobook Reviews in 5. Thanks for listening. If you've not yet done so, please subscribe to Audiobook Reviews in 5 on your favorite platform. By subscribing, you help increase the profile of this podcast and the chances of other listeners finding it. I look forward to checking in with you all again soon. Please stay safe and be well.